2026 won't be loud, dramatic, or announced with fireworks. It will be a quiet shift in which the people who paid attention while everyone else scrolled forward will control the decade, because humanity is entering a rare alignment where intelligence, automation, and connectivity converge into a single evolution, not just of technology but of what it means to work, create, earn, and exist. And most people will miss it not because they're incapable but because they are distracted, comfortable, overstimulated, and trained to react instead of build. And I'll say it directly. The individuals who succeed in 2026 won't be the most talented or the most gifted, but the ones willing to learn relentlessly when others want entertainment. And as AI becomes infrastructure instead of novelty, as algorithms become personal assistants instead of speculation, as creators become global businesses instead of accounts, the ones who see opportunity instead of threat will dominate, because wealth is no longer tied to permission or gatekeeping or past systems. It is tied to the ability to understand data, to use tools instead of fear them, to experiment publicly and improve privately. And if that sounds harsh, good, because the future is rarely comfortable. It is engineering, iteration, logic, revision, and if you don't adapt, the world will not pause out of sympathy. And while most people complain about how fast AI is evolving, a smaller minority are learning to deploy it, scale with it, and build solutions instead of reactions, and those people will own the markets of the next 10 years. Not because they are special, but because they didn't underestimate compounding progress. Because the thing about exponential curves is that they feel slow until suddenly they don't, and 2026 is that pivot point where slow becomes sudden, where underestimated becomes undeniable, and you can either treat that as pressure or opportunity, but make no mistake, the future does not care if you're ready. Emotional. It is moving regardless, and this is the first era in which distribution is global, intelligence is programmable, creativity is scalable, and reputation can be built without anyone granting you a seat, meaning your advantage is not timing or luck but execution. And if you build, if you test, if you learn instead of defend your limitations, you will find that the next decade belongs to those who use technology as leverage instead of identity. And the truth is simple: 2026 is not about replacing humans but replacing stagnation, replacing inefficiency, replacing the idea that success is reserved for the selected few. Because it is now a function of curiosity, adaptability, and discipline, and if you understand that, if you really internalize it, then you stop fearing what AI will take and you start designing what you can become, because the future isn't waiting, it's scaling, and those who ignore it will wake up wishing they had treated opportunity with the same seriousness they waste. On doubt.